Craig, congratulations on signing another contract at Derby County. What were the emotions when you finally put pen to paper?
It's obviously delighted to get it done. I think it's sort of been going on for a few weeks now, but these things can take time, and glad to get it done and over the line before the start of the season.
You said it's taken a few weeks. Were there moments where you thought it wouldn't happen?
I wouldn't say it wouldn't happen, but as with any sort of contract negotiation, there's back and forward between both parties. So there was conversation that was healthy conversation and open conversations that we had, and we've agreed on something, and I'm happy to be here.
Clearly, your intention was to stay. Why did you want to stay here?
I think everybody knows why I want to stay here. I love being here. I've loved it since day one. Family's settled here, and at this stage in my career, it would have been a big thing to up sticks the family and move, and yeah, delighted to stay here, and hopefully it's a good one.
You've been here through all the ups and downs. It's been a long time, over 10 years. What really stands out for you from your time so far?
I think there's obviously been, for myself personally, I think there's been a few low points. Everybody knows, well documented injury-wise, but also the good times. There's been plenty of them here, and I think after last year, the way it finished and the relegation and things like that, I think this year with the new owner, new takeover, and hopefully we can get back up at the first attempt and make it a good season.
I wanted to ask you about this summer. Given your association with the club and your ties to the city now, I think you felt it more than most from a playing perspective. What were the emotions like for you going through the summer when things looked good and then not so good, and then eventually David Clowes arrives to sort of save the day?
Yeah, I think it was much the same as everybody. It was the uncertainty of not knowing if there was going to be a club. But of course, it's sort of been living in the area, there's lots of people and friends that I've got, and they were asking what's going on. I said, look, I don't know. I said, we didn't know anything more than what we were reading, as it's been well documented on Twitter or Instagram or whatever different news outlets you're finding it out. So it was frustrating, the fact that we didn't know what was going on, but the main thing was that it was sorted, and we're on the other side of that now.
In terms of this season, what do you see as your role for the campaign ahead?
I think pretty similar to what it has been the last probably 3 or 4 years. I think competing with Hayden this year for that left back spot, but also trying to help him. He's a young player who's come in, and obviously trying to help him in his career as well. And I think realising that the stage in my career I'm at, that's part of my role now in the squad, is to pass on advice and try and help the younger ones.
You can say you were a young player when you arrived. Do you ever look back to the Craig Forsyth that signed on loan from Watford back in March 2013, was it?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and strange circumstances the way it came around, but yeah, I think I've definitely developed as a player and changed, and I think sort of came through and had the best part of my career, although I missed what you would say is the prime of my career probably, but that's something that I've now got to try and add those years on at the end that I missed out on.
There are not many players that spend as long in the modern game at a single club as you have and will do with Derby. Have you thought about sort of how special that association is?
I have, and that's one thing sort of during the summer was, if it didn't work out and I was to move elsewhere, then I would have been slightly disappointed at the way it had ended with the relegation and things like that. So I have thought about it. There's not many people do it nowadays. So yeah, I'm delighted to be here for 10 years, but I want to make it the 10th year a worthwhile one. I don't just want to come and sit on the sidelines. I still feel as though I can contribute on the pitch, and that's what I want to do.
You've been here a decade. you still sound as Scottish as ever. Are we finally going to hear a Derbyshire twang start to come through now?
No, I think some of my family would disagree with you there, but no, it's hopefully not. I like to keep my Scottish roots, and everybody knows that. So hopefully that stays well out the way.
But you're black and white.
Yes.